Close your eyes and imagine the great land of America stretching wide under a blanket of stars, the air calm and quiet as the world prepares for rest. We begin our gentle journey with the very first state, Delaware, a small place by the sea, its history rich with beginnings. It was here that the Constitution was first embraced, making it the first to say yes to the Union. Picture soft waves touching its shores and people long ago whispering hopes of unity and peace. From Delaware we drift to Pennsylvania, a land where forests once seemed endless and bells rang with promise. The Liberty Bell still rests in silence, cracked but proud. It reminds us of voices lifted for freedom. Philadelphia carries the echo of footsteps where leaders dreamed of a new nation, and tonight we walk softly with them through cobblestone streets, feeling safe in their lasting memory. Next comes New Jersey, a land that balances gentle beaches with quiet mountains. At night its shores hum softly as waves fold over one another, the moonlight painting silver across the water. Long ago soldiers moved across this land in winter snow, yet now the state rests, its busy towns finally quiet under the dark sky. It waits patiently for morning, but for now it invites us only to breathe easy. Maryland follows with its story of harbors and water lanterns glowing faintly on the Chesapeake Bay, the rhythm of the tide like a heartbeat, steady and eternal. Here crabs rest in deep waters and ships sway gently by their moorings. Maryland carries with it the memory of Francis Scott Key, watching a flag wave against a storm of fire, his words becoming a song of hope. But tonight the cannons are silent and only calm winds move through the bay. Our path brings us to Connecticut, where old towns sleep beneath tall trees and rivers flow with quiet purpose. Its past holds factories and bustling work, yet even those machines once full of clatter are silent now. Only the slow current of water sings through the night, and the stars above watch faithfully over wooden bridges and weathered barns, their light soft and reassuring. Rhode Island comes next, a state small in size but wide in story. Once it gave refuge to voices seeking freedom of spirit. The land offered safety to those who wished to believe in their own way. Tonight its shores are lined with gentle waves and the whisper of wind through grasses. The smallest state holds a vast comfort, reminding us that even little spaces can carry great meaning. Now we drift to Massachusetts, where the heart of revolution once burned bright, yet now the city of Boston lies quiet, lanterns glowing in windows while old meeting houses stand firm in the stillness. Think of the ships in its harbor, their sails tucked and resting, and the echoes of voices long past speaking of liberty now softened into lullabies. Massachusetts cradles both the fire of history and the cool rest of night. Crossing into New Hampshire we find mountains rising tall, but in the quiet hours they too seem to sleep, their peaks hidden by clouds like soft blankets. The rivers that cut through valleys murmur gently against stone, and forests stand hushed as if they too were listening to the night. Long ago New Hampshire stood bold as the first to claim independence, but now it lays down its pride and rests in calm surrender to sleep. Next is Vermont, the land of maple trees and green mountains. Here the countryside breathes a deep and steady rhythm. Barns rest on wide fields and cows lay quietly under the moon. Vermont was born of rugged strength, yet it holds a gentle spirit. Tonight we walk across soft meadows and watch the stars scatter across clear skies, their glow like lanterns guiding us further along our dream. Now we drift to New York, where cities never truly sleep, yet in our story the noise is hushed and the great city rests for a while. The Statue of Liberty stands still in the night, watching with a calm gaze as lights shimmer on water. Upstate the mountains and lakes whisper more softly, a different side of New York where nature holds the rhythm of the land in its steady hands. New Jersey may be close to New York, but next on our path is Virginia, the cradle of early presidents, a land of fields and mountains and a deep river. History here is strong with leaders who shaped the young nation, yet tonight Virginia is quiet. Plantations rest in shadows, forests hum gently with the sound of night creatures, and the James River glimmers faintly under the stars, a reminder of how time moves slowly and kindly in the dark. North Carolina greets us with rolling hills and a coast that hums with soft waves. The Outer Banks hold stories of lost colonies and first flights, but tonight no voices call and no engines roar, only the steady surf sings against the sand, and lighthouses cast their beams in slow circles like guardians of sleep. The mountains to the west fold themselves into silence, a blanket of trees covering their sides. South Carolina follows with its warm air and its coast lined with palmettos. The city of Charleston glows with lantern light reflecting on cobblestone streets. The soft clop of horse hooves once echoed here, yet now only a memory remains, and the night holds everything still. The sea breeze drifts through gardens and carries with it the scent of jasmine, a fragrance like a lullaby floating across the night air. Georgia waits with red clay and pine trees standing tall under the moon. In Savannah oak trees bend gracefully draped in Spanish moss, and the quiet squares breathe with history. Voices of soldiers and poets and dreamers once filled this land, but now it lies still. The river moves slowly past its banks, shining faintly silver under the starlight. Florida is next, the land of sun and citrus, yet in the dark it becomes softer, its beaches hushed under the rhythm of the tide, palms sway gently in the warm night, and somewhere far off an alligator rests still in the water. The Everglades breathe like a wide sleeping giant, a place of both mystery and peace, while the Keys stretch out like stepping stones across the dark sea, leading us deeper into dream. Alabama greets us with soft fields and gentle rivers. Music once rose high from its soil, but tonight the songs are slow and tender, echoes of blues drifting into the sky. The cotton fields sleep under the moon, their white blossoms like stars upon the earth, and the air is thick with the warmth of southern night, wrapping the land in quiet embrace. Mississippi lies close by, carrying the soul of the river for which it is named. The great water moves endlessly, yet with a rhythm that comforts more than stirs. On its banks towns lie, quiet porches, rocking chairs empty yet waiting for morning. The music of the blues was born here, and though the guitars rest, the memory of song lingers like a soft hum in the air, carrying us onward. We reach Louisiana, where the Mississippi River finds its end, and the city of New Orleans rests with its jazz subdued, its streets still, its balconies quiet. For once the trumpets are put away and the night holds its own gentle music. The bayou breathes slowly under the stars, fireflies blink like little lanterns, and the air itself seems to sway in rhythm, a lullaby from the deep south. Texas waits vast and wide under the night sky, stars spread endlessly above the plains and deserts, while quiet towns sleep along their roads. The land is too great to hold in one glance, yet in the calm of night it feels steady and safe. Cattle rest in fields, winds pass softly across canyons, and oil wells stand like sentinels unmoving against the horizon. Texas is strength, yet tonight it offers peace. Our dream carries us next to Kentucky, where horses once thundered across bluegrass fields, but now pastures lie still, and the moon casts silver on quiet barns. Bourbon rests in barrels deep within hills, where caves sleep cool and still. The state offers us a moment of calm, where nature and tradition blend together into a deep and soothing song. Tennessee follows with its mountains and its music, but the notes of country and blues are hushed. The great Smoky Mountains rise in shadow, their ridges soft against the sky. The rivers murmur gently through valleys, and towns sleep under the weight of starlight. Once this land rang with the voices of Elvis and Dolly, but now only silence remains, leaving behind a tender comfort for the weary dreamer. Arkansas rests with rivers that move slowly and forests that stand thick and deep. Hot springs whisper softly as steam drifts into the night air. Once people gathered here for healing waters, and tonight they remain a place of quiet renewal, a reminder that the earth itself offers rest when the spirit is tired. We end this first part of our journey with Missouri, where the Mississippi curves and the great arch rises against the sky. In St. Louis tonight the city rests, and the arch glows faintly, a silver curve like the moon itself. Rivers roll gently in the dark and prairies stretch endlessly, their grasses moving like waves. Missouri lies between east and west, a place of crossroads, but for now it simply sleeps, waiting to guide us further tomorrow. Our gentle journey continues westward into Kansas, where fields stretch wide and golden like an endless sea. Though harvest is past, the land rests under the moon. The tall grasses sway lightly in the night wind, and barns stand quietly as if listening. The heartland beats slowly, steady and calm, reminding us that peace can be found in vast open places where the stars touch the earth. From Kansas we drift into Nebraska, a state of plains and rivers where the sandhills roll softly like waves frozen in time. Here the Platte River winds gently across the land. Birds once filled the skies in great numbers, yet tonight only the quiet sound of water remains. The prairie stretches out endless and serene, as if the whole world has paused for breath. Nebraska waits still and silent, carrying the calm weight of the plains. Oklahoma greets us with red earth and wide skies. Storms often dance across this land, but tonight the air is still and the moon glows on open fields. The winds move softly through tall grass, and the memory of buffalo seems to echo across the soil. Towns sleep deeply, and even the oil fields rest like shadows against the horizon. The land holds both wild strength and gentle silence. We step into Iowa, where cornfields rest under the stars, their stalks moving faintly in the breeze. The rolling hills are hushed, barns with painted quilts on their sides sit quietly waiting for morning. Iowa has always been a land of steady hands and hard work, yet in the night it breathes a slower rhythm, one that comforts and soothes like a rocking cradle. Next is Wisconsin, where lakes reflect the moonlight like glass and forests breathe a soft hush. Dairy farms sleep across gentle hills, cows resting under the stars. The air is cool and carries the scent of pine. The Great Lakes touch its edge, their waters vast yet calm in the darkness. Wisconsin holds both the freshness of wilderness and the stillness of night, offering a place of rest for dreamers. Minnesota waits with its countless lakes scattered like mirrors catching starlight. Forests surround them and loons call softly across the water, a sound that feels like a lullaby. The Mississippi begins here as a quiet stream flowing gently before its long journey south. The land of 10,000 lakes breathes with cool serenity, holding both still waters and the warmth of calm. North Dakota greets us with wide prairies stretching Far into the horizon the air is crisp and clean, the stars bright and sharp above the plains. Though winters are fierce tonight, the land is wrapped in silence, snow glowing faintly in the moonlight. It feels untouched, eternal, a place where time slows and sleep comes easily. South Dakota rises with its black hills and its sacred stone faces carved in quiet watch. Mount Rushmore rests under the stars, lit faintly by a silver glow. The land around it holds deep history, both of ancient tribes and new settlers, but tonight no voices rise, only the wind moving through the pines. The Badlands lie still, their jagged ridges softened by shadow and moonlight. Montana spreads wide before us, a land so vast it feels like the sky itself has come down to rest. Mountains rise rugged and strong, yet softened by night, and valleys stretch endlessly. Rivers move clear and steady beneath the stars. This is big sky country, and the heavens above seem endless, but instead of overwhelming they bring calm. Montana reminds us of the greatness of stillness. Wyoming comes with its wild beauty, geysers steaming quietly under the night in Yellowstone, while bison stand strong in the shadow of the moon. The Tetons rise tall yet calm, their peaks catching the starlight. This land once roared with energy, but in the night it whispers a gentler song. The wilderness is not frightening here, it is reassuring, ancient and steady. Colorado welcomes us with mountains climbing high above the valleys, yet even the Rockies find peace under the stars. Snow glows softly on their ridges, rivers cut through the land murmuring gently in the dark. Towns in the foothills rest in quiet warmth while the high plains stretch out silent. Colorado blends the rugged and the gentle, a reminder that even the tallest peaks bow to the stillness of night. Utah follows with its red stone arches and canyons carved by time. The desert breathes quietly in the dark air, cool and soft under the starlight. The rock formations rise like silent guardians watching over the land. Zion and Bryce lie still, their colors hidden in shadow, but their shapes timeless and strong. The desert does not rush, it rests and invites us to rest as well. Idaho greets us with its forests and mountains and rivers moving endlessly yet softly. Lakes reflect the moon in hidden valleys, and pines stand tall and steady in the night. Fields stretch wide with crops now sleeping until dawn. Idaho carries the feeling of wilderness, but one that comforts the soul, a gentle strength that reminds us of balance between earth and sky. Nevada waits with deserts quiet under the stars. Though cities like Las Vegas glow brightly beyond their lights, the desert remains endless and calm. Dunes lie still under moonlight and mountains rise sharp yet peaceful. Nevada holds both energy and emptiness, but in the night the quiet takes hold and the stillness of the desert offers a deep and soothing rest. Next comes California, vast and varied, yet in our dream we move slowly along its coast where waves lap softly against cliffs. The Pacific Ocean breathes like a giant heart, steady and eternal. Redwoods rise tall and quiet in the north, their trunks ancient and unmoving, while the deserts of the south stretch still and wide. California carries so many stories, yet tonight it offers only calm and gentle air. Oregon follows with its forests thick and green, the scent of pine rich in the night. Rivers pour down mountainsides but with a muted rhythm softened by distance. The coast lies rugged but calm, waves rolling steadily under the stars. Oregon's wild beauty becomes soothing in the dark, a place where land and water hold one another in balance. Washington greets us with mountains cloaked in mist and evergreens whispering softly. The great peak of Rainier rises in shadow steady against the sky, while the waters of Puget Sound move gently under the moon. Seattle's lights glow faintly, yet the city sleeps and the land around it rests. Washington feels like a lullaby woven of water and forest and mountain air. Alaska lies far to the north where night lasts long and stars cover the sky like diamonds. Glaciers rest unmoving, ice shining faintly in the moonlight. Mountains rise cold and strong, yet they hold a deep silence. The northern lights drift gently across the sky, their colors slow and fluid like a dream. Alaska is vast and powerful, but tonight it is only calm, timeless and still. Finally, our journey brings us to Hawaii, far across the ocean where islands rest in warm air, waves brushing gently on soft sand. The scent of flowers drifts through the night and palms sway with the breeze. Volcanoes sleep their slopes quiet under the stars. The sea hums its endless lullaby, carrying us into the deep rhythm of dream. Hawaii closes our circle, a place of rest surrounded by the wide embrace of the Pacific. And so our gentle passage through the first half of America comes to an end. We have crossed fields and mountains, rivers and deserts, coasts and forests, each state offering its own kind of rest, its own soft voice in the night. Together they weave a lullaby that carries us safely through sleep, whispering of history and hope, of land and people, of silence and peace. As stars shine steady above, the journey is not done, but tonight we rest and tomorrow the dream will carry us onward.